up soon, so I thought I'd yammer for a while. Where the heck? Oh, here's a brush. Here's Mom's brush. I'll use Mom's brush. I found my I'm gonna figure out how to juggle. I want to do it. I think I could figure it out. Just stare off into the void and then. I actually had jugglers try to explain it to me. I just have to do it. These came up from a place in Oregon. These are actual juggling jugs, juggling balls. They're called dirt bag. It comes in a dirt bag. And then they're like this, not hacky sacks. Don't go getting these and thinking you got yourself 3 hacky sacks, because then you're doing it wrong. So here's one. It's a juggle. I want to learn how to juggle. I've had these for years. Dirt bag. I wonder if they still exist. I got these like 5 years ago. Cooperation is nature's way. What's this little paper in there say? Does it have a sticker? It does. It has 3 stickers. I could put one on my my coffee cup. Where's my coffee? There it is. This is the only sticker I have on my coffee cup right now. Time to put another one. Rather put it on here than waste it. Wasted stickers, man. That's no bueno. There, dirt bag. I got other cups I could put them on too. So, took Mom out for a drive yesterday. It was such a nice day. She's a traveler. She's got 5 planets in Sagittarius. It's my call to take her where she wants to go. I used to take her to kegger parties when I was 18. We all have always had an unorthodox, we've never had a normal, regular mother-daughter relationship. Because she never knew what it was to be a daughter, because she didn't have a mother. And because of that, when she went and had me, her daughter, she didn't know how to be a mother to her daughter because she didn't have one herself. So a lot of people out here just kind of white knuckling life. We never had a whole lot of guidance. So I'm going to take up juggling. So yesterday I took Mom for a drive and we went past the first place we lived in Taos, New Mexico. Oh my. It was a cute place when we got there. We kept it. I was feeding 22 cats. A whole ass cat colony. I tried to get this lady to help, my landlady to help me. Like, I was going to pay for the females to get fixed so they couldn't have no more babies. And I befriended them and fed them and had a rapport, so, you know, it could have been cool, but the lady couldn't draw a sober breath, and she died a year ago because of that. Because self will run right, because people just go around doing whatever they want to do. They can't be bothered with doing the right thing. They just can't be bothered. Where I live, there's a lot of stupid cousins where I live in New Mexico. A lot of let's just do it this way because this is how we always done it. It's even on the books in Taos where I live, the town, where it's okay for 15-year-old children to be just signed off and taken by an adult. And under the legal sanctity and the guides of marriage, all they need is an adult signature. That's it. Why do these laws still exist? Because the creeps are always protected. I swear the whole legal system has evolved into something that protects the people that should be in jail. All the way up in the administrations. I don't pay much attention to the theater of the World Theater because it's a production. Washington, D.C. and Hollywood, they both exist. They play off each other to get people to believe America is a great place. And now people are really dying. for no reason. Like, it's no reason. It's never any reason. America's not up for the fight. America got soft, I saw an article, or I heard a news story recently that Lockheed and Martin is trying to put itself up for sale on the dark web. So you don't have to have a conscience. You just have to have a lot of money, and you can buy the world's largest, make the death ray gun, stupid stuff that people with inferiority complex and ideas of grandiosity, they like to do, like that muskrat guy. How many monkeys and orangutans died because that d-bag wanted to put chips in their brains? They want to put, and people will just be gladly to put a chip in their hand so they could scan through the checkout faster, so they can get through stuff, so they can go on and do their next unuseful thing. You see it all the time when you live in a town that's predominantly made up of tourists. Tourists! That whole, like, the industrial military complex, all of tourism, like patriotism, all the people that believe in the isms that aren't doing anything useful in their own community, they're all NPCs as far as I'm concerned. So the house that we drove past, when we lived there, it was cute. Now the windows are boarded up. The tweaker that we moved out, we could move in, had like 10 from the roof and put around the porch with little holes cut out so we could see. Like, just people and their delusions. And I live in a world of other people's delusions. Taos is such a bizarre place. Took Mom for a ride up to Taos Ski Valley the other day. I had 2 clusterfucks at 2 different restaurants or different engagements in such a small window. But it's so pretty here, we don't care. You just gotta take the good and leave the rest. Take in all the beauty and all the nature and all the wonder that Earth, Mother, Creator of all things has to offer, because the people are dumb as a box of rocks. And it don't matter if they're born and raised. It don't matter if they're from Colorado or Utah or Texas or Arizona or California or Washington. Everybody's just kind of a hodgepodge. Everybody's just kind of moved around. And the people that have been born and raised, they never work hard enough to make anything really decent, except for themselves. Moved around a lot. I've seen a lot of born and raised, how people serve them. Even in Taos, there's like 6,000 people in the whole town. 34,000 in the whole county. And then, like, you have the seasons that the people come and live here that have extra houses here because they have houses everywhere, and they like the sunsets this time of year, so they come here and spend this winter. Or they like to go skiing and go way down this hill, so they come here. But not a lot of skiing at the Taos Ski Valley. They ended the season early. I go up there because they have a Sid's market up there that is closing. It's the last day of the season, so everything's 30% off. I was like, right on, Mom, we'll drive up the hill and we'll get 30% off a couple things. It'll be dope. Nope. Couldn't even. I'm like, Mom, where? I can't. I'd love to give you a piggyback, Mom, but I can't carry you for like 3/4 of a mile one direction because there's no place to park for you, and people have mobility problems. The world is only for the able-bodied, was what they're pushing for decades. Now it's for the able-mind, and I don't really see a whole lot of able-minded, embodied, in the congruence in the same soul sack a whole lot in the world anymore. I don't see that a lot. I don't see a lot of people capable of controlling themselves. That's why we live in Babylon, because people don't have emotional control. Because men that have always said, women are so over-emotional, it's because you are over-emotional, and so you are recognizing that in them. And so you careful about the dudes that tell you how over-emotional they are. They let that stuff out someplace. In New Mexico, they like to run around and zoom around in their cars and their big stupid trucks and wreck and ruin people's days. do coal rolls and all that stuff that makes their little balls tickle. That's New Mexico. Friends to Epstein for all time. Human trafficking started here, as a matter of fact. So the guy that owns the CEO of the Kit Carson Electric Cooperative, what is homeboy? That dude makes freaking over $400K a year. Like with benefits, because they all get benefits. You don't gotta drive the freaking 6-figure truck you drive around in with the little. No, neither do your kids, and neither do your aunties, and neither does every. That's why they make so much money, so that everybody in their family is set for life. How come everybody can't be set for life? How come just being an American can't afford an income? Doesn't matter if you're a baby or an adult. Direct deposit. Everybody should be allowed direct deposit. $2,000 every month. Then by the time you're freaking 8, you're free to go make your own stupid mistakes and feed this whatever system you choose. You'll have enough money to support yourself. See, governments don't want people to be self-supporting, because then they're out of a job, and I'm okay with them being out of a job, because I'm tired of freaking. They're forever going to perpetuate the story that America is doing the world a favor by bombing people that we have no business. We've done it for flowers, opioids. We like this the amount of misappropriation of funds. See, they wanted me to go to places like Garcia Diego, and I'm like, nah, I gotta go. I have other priorities. That doesn't sound fun to me. But they wanted me to do escort duty in Saudi. Nah, because you get paid all this extra money and it's all tax free. And so people go there to make bank, and I wasn't. That's not why I was there. I had there for other reasons, and I'm not all machismo. I'm not all go fight, kill, thrill. That ain't me. And so all these people that do these things because they want to know what it's like, and then they actually get to do that, then they get to play on repeat for the rest of their life what it's actually like to take a life. They just get to think about it over and over, or try to do all those things that people do to stop thinking about it. But it's every barbecue, every wedding, every birth of a child is forever ruined when people go out, when dudes go out and do what dudes do in war, because it's like, how are you going to hold your grandson, and then you're like, oh, that's right, I shouldn't hold this baby because I'm a freaking monster, and I've done things in war that I wasn't ordered to do. Men do weird things in war. I was done with the United States in the 2000 era when I was in the United States Air Force. And I saw what we did on 9/11, and I knew it was an inside job because I know what controlled them. And they set the stage up, and we started rehearsing for what war looks like. And then we did it on 03, and I was on Crete when we did that. And it's just dun 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 dun. Go listen to the theme song to the Muppet Show, and that's the United States government. It's time to set the music. It's time to set the. It's time. It's let's get the American people to believe this story, and then they will be all more than thrilled to give up all of their money to pay taxes for the greater and highest good of the extortion of the military-industrial complex. They can't even support the notion that America's free. Yeah, you're free to live on the street. Fall in line and get a W-2 and be a part of this weird system, this weird hierarchical, patriarchal, maniacal, egotistical system driven by, if you don't do what we say, we're going to lock you up and throw you away, or bury you in a shallow grave in the desert. Don't matter. It's just whatever the who it depends on if they grew up watching The Sopranos, or if they grew up watching casino, like that gangster stuff, or if they grew up watching the war stuff, or they, But where I live, the people, nowadays they're taking people off the street just to end them, just to see what it feels like, or if they could feel something if they end up it's bizarre what America has evolved to, just because We are programmed from the get-go to do whatever we want, to just chase those dreams, to not help thy neighbor. They should have made better choices in life, things like that. I've heard a lot. And I did all the stuff that society told me I should, like family, always take care of family. And then I'd run every people, even in recovery, I'd run into all these people. They just be like, put your mom in a home, you deserve to have a life. And I'm like, that doesn't endorse the whole family thing. And then when I realized, oh, they're talking about their family. Dude, nepotism is why America's flushing down the toilet right now. Largely is because of because people are hired because they're somebody's buddy or they're related to somebody that, they're buddies with. And then the people that get hired are not qualified to fill the positions and the job titles that of the job that they need to fill. Because job descriptions are no different than a syllabus in a classroom, or a syllabus, or like when you have a synopsis of a character in Hollywood, and it surmises like who you're supposed to be portraying. Well, that is no different than a job title. This is an idea of who we want you to be. Can you act like this person? And then you can, and people can for the most part. But in the military, I was a maintainer. We had to actually turn wrenches. So we couldn't pretend like we were just turning wrenches. We had to actually go through training to turn the wrenches so shit didn't blow up in your face. Air compressors, like systems that need to be sealed, they can't have giveaway. They can't have leeway like people do. And people are so, good enough. It's close enough. We'll call it good. And now, as you can, I don't know if people notice this, but there's more interstate large number pile-ups now than any other time that I can ever remember. In my lifespan, I've only lived almost 52 years. Although I have seen the evolution of not a lot of traffic in places to bumper in places where there's evolution, but I just think it's less people living off census going into cities because they want luxury accommodations. They want air conditioning when it's hot. They want the system. But now the system is failing so many people that people are going back to living off grid. Where everywhere there's a lot of off grid. But that's a lifestyle I don't want to live. I want to live on grid with off grid options. I want to make a sustainable place where I can have 1,000-gallon water tanks and try and catch as much water that comes from the sky as I can, and then use that for people in the community to take showers that don't have access to taking a shower, or just clean water. Just have a place where you can cook a meal that nourishes your body, your mind, so your spirit can feel better about your position in life. Because all these government agencies, all they do is it's in our face of how much budgets millions here, millions there, trillions there, millions there, all this for this and that, and groundbreaking here for this plan, and then you check back in a few months, and where's that project? It's stalled because you can't get people to show up and do their work. There's not a lot of follow through. People don't start things and finish them unless they're fun. But you gotta work too. You gotta. what I was taught, one of the good things I was taught, that you have to work hard for yourself so you can physically carry yourself through life, and then you feel better about yourself, and then you go out and contribute that into the world. So I said, where I live, a lot of people feel bad about themselves. Customer service is ugly, especially if you're like go to a phone store and you want a transfer pin. It's just another customer lost, you know. And soon, like, you lose so many customers, you can't account for keeping the little satellite store open. And people go down to Santa Fe enough, they just go down to a store down there, so we can just close this one up. This is not the same world as it once was, and it's only gonna, if people start putting effort into where they are to make where they are locally a better place, then in a couple years things will start getting better in that place. But if they keep making it hard for people, like turning water off and not letting travelers have access to clean water, so what if people, get 100 strip, freaking power strip, put it right there at the little town square in Taos. Let everybody charge their phone. Who cares? Money's not real. If more people were uncomfortable, it wouldn't be like Bonnie going around yelling rape when they're bothered by passers-by. That's what Bonnie does. She'll yell at you, rape, rape, because she don't want to get away from me. Don't talk to me. I'm just trying to enjoy my day. I'll give her $20 sometimes when I walk past her, but I let her just ignore me. Hi, here you go. Have a nice day. I'll give her some flour or something. There's always ways to make people's days better. People don't want to be bothered. They're just waiting for the world to do them a favor so the world makes a better place for them. And then once they get their laundry list of things that they need in order to be comfortable in life, then maybe they'll start letting that over the filleth cuppeth run over. And generosity will crack their heart open like the little walnut that it is, and they're just going to go out and spread their love and joy and generosity all over the place. Cracks me up. There's no saving the world. There's just, whenever I go out into an exchange in my world in close proximity, I just gotta be an example of that little ray of sunshine that guides my heart. You know, and smile and be kind and generous and just show them how to be decent. Because so many people don't even know how to be decent. They just don't know how to be decent. They don't want to learn how to be decent. You can't even say hi to people in traffic here. They think, there's aggression tied to it. I wanted my own little place where I could just hide off and then, go be a part of the world and get the things that I need so I can scurry off into my little realm of creation where Mom and I can just do stuff together and then make enough for everybody and then go out in the world and share that with other people. Then people see that. They see what it looks like to be generous. And all these people talk about the 100 monkey. I like to talk about the first monkey. There's always the first one that tries to show people, look, you can dance if you want to. You can do it. There's so many rules, regulations that try and designate what we can and can't do, and there's so many things that we can do. And then people are like, oh, you are a joyful person. I'll keep you from getting your benefits in which you are entitled to because I don't like your attitude. Well, which attitude am I supposed to have? Am I supposed to have a negative attitude? Because that didn't get me a lot of places in life either. But when I have a positive attitude, is that supposed to keep me from what's afforded to me? My brother used to say, you shouldn't say stuff on the internet. It's going to keep you, people look you up on the internet. It's going to keep you from having advantages in life. Well, actually, me putting everything out all of my business on the internet is what is giving me advantages in life. So I don't ordinarily listen to people that are programmed by society. When there's so many people that are so programmed by society that they live to make enough money so that they can pay their bills, so when they're not at work they can sit home and play video games or do other unuseful things. That's fine. Designate how many, like, I'm going to reward myself by an hour, and then you play that, and then you go, like, help the lady change their brakes up the road that's too old and can't afford it, or give her an oil change. That's how I try to live my life, is for all the stuff I do for me, I make up for it by being generous in my acts of service more than 51% of the time. That's the goal in life. See, because when you put love into things, things last. That's what makes me think, like, Mom's in pretty good shape. She's physically better shape than me, I think, for her age and all the surgeries and crap she went through. But to see that trailer, 108 Romero Road, West Romero, that's where we live. That's when we first got here. To see it so delighted, that's just when people don't put love into things, they just fall apart. And that's what's happening to the United States, is the divided states. People are like, oh, you're one of them, like, people that use political terms to me, I'm like, huh? What? I can't hear you. What? I don't believe in politics. They're all made up reindeer games. I gotta go plant some tomatoes. If you want to help me do that, that's dope. Come on over. No? Shut up. Leave me alone. I don't care about that. Elephants and, what is it, donkeys? There's an elephant that took a walk at the zoo in Albuquerque and don't want to be Epstein, so it was bouncing. It's seen things. It's out. I just discovered recently that story about that woman that burned herself from the McDonald's coffee. That happened in Albuquerque. I thought that happened in, like, one of the Carolinas in New Orleans or some shit like that. Like, New Mexico's got some lore, man. Mom was born here. Loretta. Loretta was born here. You waking up, Mom? Huh? You still snoozing? Are you Missy Blissy? Missy Blissy? We went for a ride yesterday. We went for a ride the day before. Now the car's running so good. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of my extra money I'm going to have that I don't put in to having to spend $2-3 grand every month for the last September, October I started this. Now things are sorted out and I can, things are starting to sort out for a lot of people because they're figuring out, like, dude, there's no saving the earth. There's no saving. You just gotta be cool, be a person of integrity. I'm talking to me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I have to do it. Otherwise, I'm just like every place else on planet Earth that says they're gonna do something and they're a big old flake. And then that just creates a bunch of animosity. Like, look at all the crap on the world right now that's happening because somebody has done something that they said that they weren't gonna do. They reneged. They reneged and backpedaled and went back on their word. There's karma that comes with that stuff, and people learn at their own pace, I guess. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow there should be a new episode of Best Medicine. Ma, you maybe want to go out for a ride today? It's overcast, so it's chilly. It's going to take her a while to wake up. I give her time to wake up. and then we can go out and go on adventures. Or maybe I'll just walk down and check the mailbox. I don't know. Who knows? We could do whatever we want, or we could do nothing, because it's our option. You know, all these people just like their goal in life is like, what is their goal in life? Like what they want. What is the magic number that, because people don't even know how long they're going to live in life, yet they're trying to attain $1 million so they can retire. There's 2 restaurateurs in Taos recently. One fell down, died, never retired, because he just was always at the restaurant, Antonio's Italian restaurant. Now he's gone. But I guess to him it wasn't work, I guess. And then another one. I need to check on Ricky, see how he's doing. Hi, pretty girl. Let's see what else. So, people would be more secure if they had access to, like, what do people really need to be comfortable in life? Mom just needs a bathroom, a place to get clean, a place where she can watch her shows, to be able to go out on adventures. But see, she can't work to do any of those things. She hasn't been able to work in years. She has a traumatic head injury, and she likes doing these things, but according to the United States of America, what she is entitled to is $800 a month. And if it were for me, someone that cares about her, that wants her to have a quality of life that she deserves, not that any agency says that she deserves, that it costs more than $800 to help her live that way. So I want to make a place where people, I have a whole idea of a different kind of community involvement in living. Communities involved in their own living. Just a different take of what I see all over social media. I want to invite people that I see on social media that like to travel. Hey, come here. People love it here. You could crash on my pad. You could crash on the crash pad. I could show you around, or I could give you a list and you could go check out things, by yourself. Well, we could feed you. You could wash your clothes, wash your ass, do laundry, wash, I want to bring my own vibe to Taos. Taos has so much positive things that are going for it. It's just the people that the gatekeepers that just won't allow because they don't want to look bad. There's always workarounds. I don't ask. I'll just find another way to do it, because nothing I want to do is unreasonable. Anyway, it's just that whole stuck in the past thinking. It's tradition. It's nostalgia. It's how they keep earning money on, like, Spider-Man franchises, is because freaking people like me watch Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, shoots a net, in the 70s, and then, like, we're programmed that, and then it's nostalgia, and then I were to have kids, and then watch that stuff with my kids, and then, but we gotta bond in what it's like. It's just all a bunch of it's all nonsense. Cracks me off the amount of life force kundalini energy people waste on chasing sensations. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.